So this is Baruch Fleischman, your host for the Tikkun elevator Kollel. This ball we're riding on is flying through space at an incredible speed, and while it's doing that, it's turning. Every day is 24 hours, 24,000 miles. Every day is a new place in our system. Right now, our sun in the zodiac is shining from the what they call constellation called Sagittarius. We call it Kislev. So this is the seventh of the series on Kislev. So here we go. We're trying to get into this. The moon right now is traveling through the constellation of Aries. Aries is a bold planet. So we're seeing all of this is happening today. It's a whole new set of planets. It's a whole new sky. It's a whole new world. And here we go. On page Tov Mem Zayin in the Matok M'dvash. And let me see, that's the wrong page. Page Tov Mem Hey in the Matok M'dvash. Try to get this together properly, go fast as I can. This is in, the Zohar is actually on wiith Daf Kuf Samach Hey. In terms of the days of the week, this day is called Hod. On the left side, down at the bottom of the left side, it's really the end of the line of what we call the five Gevuros. It's at the end of them. The Zohar says at the bottom, Yaakov chalak darko, v'yifko bo malachei Elohim. So Yaakov went on his way. This world is moving. He ran into Malachim el Elohim. So he could dahavim pasuk zeh. So he says that's a pasuk. So how do we understand this? So Rabbi Abba opened the door and he said like this: so let's say that what he said right away, he said like this: Zohar gave a baram. He made male and female. And he blessed them. And he began his conversation like this with the praise. How important it is for us to be looking into the words of the Torah. So we really have to understand it. People whose hearts are stopped up. And their eyes are closed. What? Ha-seichel. The eyes of seichel are closed. In other words, they're not interested in seichel. The Torah is proclaiming before them. It's announcing, eat from my bread, and drink from the anointing of my anointing wine. Pirush means like this, the Matok says. If it does, you don't have your own, bo heina, come here. Eat from my bread. And drink from the wine that I have poured. This is a inyan of a what we say. Malitza means like a translation. Let's see what it means here. He nachmedes me'eris anayim, that the Torah, the Chochmah, the Torah, has an effect on a person's eyes, that it brings light into his eyes. V'chonenes das, and it also brings us achein into his das, and it makes everything sweeter and more beautiful. The hogabah, the hogim bar, people who think about the Torah. And as if it is announcing it, it is saying, Kol harotza lilmod yava v'yilmod. Anybody who wants to learn, you should come here and learn. V'im atem libo, and if your heart is stopped up, that you're not easy for you to learn, ani askilu dea, I will show it the wisdom of my das. Mi pazi yaso henos, a person who's foolish, come over here. Chaselev amalo, so a person who's missing, just his heart doesn't have a heart in it, says to him, Mishu who passes she'ein b'tavuna. That's a person just can't understand things. Lahaskil b'Torah, to really get an understanding. The Torah yasem in makoma, come from your place where you like that. V'yavohena, and come over here. So a person is missing desire, doesn't have a mikol v'kol tonalo, so everything from he doesn't care about anything. Sheib yirtza lilmod Torah. You want to learn a little Torah? Yavu va'ani askilu va'achkamehu. So I will make you wise, and I will bring wisdom into you. Lisman the yeshkach. Aval ein misha she'ashgiach, but there's nobody listening. V'yishma the kriyas v'chachrazas haTorah. Listen to this calling out, this announcing that's coming from the Torah. Now we go like this. Tochazi. Haikra isbe razin eloin. So this pasuk which we say about male and female. Bava reba pasuk zeh shal Zohar v'nekeva bara yesh bo sodas agyonim. Very high secrets here. Ihu lago hu medaber bepinimis haTorah. So in one case, it's talking about the pinimis haTorah. Normally it refers to sod. Vihu labar also though v'gam hu medaber b'chutz. The passions of Torah, but also it's speaking on the outside of the Torah. That is the simple passions of the Torah. And Befarish it explains like this: Zohar nekeva bara. Zohar and nekeva created them. Eshtama lahai gavna pasuk zechem muven v'nishba ba'ofen zeh. Ba'adam v'chava tachtainim. This refers to Adam and Eve, that actually are in our world. That is our parentage. So it's understood in terms of when you see the Pashtanim, the way that they talk in regards to Adam and Eve, as if they're people like us. But also it's also talking about Bazun al Yaina, but it's also at the same time because we are a manifestation of what's inside of us in that respect. And that is Zohar v'Nuk, male and female elements, the two upper opposites that are panimi to everything. Both ish tamad bishbach v'sikra v'chibur chada umoven shezer anpin anikra shemesh, who is called Saul's son, v'anukva anikra yareach, and the female which is called the moon. Hey bechibur echad, they are in oneness, joined together completely. V'lo yisyachas aleichem shem riboy, and you would never see that could be related to them that there's a multiplication of them, like there's two, they're completely one. Because it said they created them. Pirush biyachad, meaning together. Bara v'lo because of bara osam. It doesn't say he created them like that. Bara osam. They said baram. He said one word. Shahoya mashba shenivra kol echad levado. So if you would have said asher baram, that would have mashba that there were two of them. Kamadat, but that's not it. Kamadat amud shevesh yorech amud zavulo. So there's a pasuk over here. Pirush b'mei Yoshua, at the time of Yoshua, Amdu Hashemesh v'Yarelach, the sun and the moon, b'midoron v'lo v'halchum, and they stood in the b'midorim, in their habitation, and they didn't go along their way. Because of Amud b'Lashon Yachid, so it written like this, that he was standing in Lashon Yachid. There wasn't Amdu, v'lo Amdu b'Lashon Rabin. That the both of them are doing one thing. So since those two come into partnership, so then we say Nishma. We understand from this, Shagam Hanifalim Shehem Adam Vachava, that even these, the ones that we're ultimately see are going to be Ava Chava, what comes out of them. Nivru Ke'echad Adu Partsufin, they were two faces of one partsuf. Below Ne'emer Beshachava Zonav Chaisa. Don't, it's not true. I think he didn't say that exactly. That don't say, he says. Don't say that she was a tail. The parts of the nekeva, and at first she was a tail, and after that she was built into a woman. Now that requires for me more understanding of what we mean over there. They were mating in complete oneness. As told Desim, so then they also made their generation yachad b'yichud echad. What came out of them was all oneness, always one thing. And he concludes what he's saying, and he says like this: So once they are found in zivug chad, one mating, oneness. So since we see them now in one yichud, miyad v'yivarach osam, immediately, and he praised them, he blessed them. Chalo aleichem habrachos, and the brachos came down. Liz birkos zechasharye ala ba'asa di'ishtach l'tachachul dachavanok, because a bracha is only can be found where there are opposites. Now, those are my words, opposites. His word is male and female. But I think that's what he means. The world is created from opposites. So you could understand, on a side word, you could understand the problem with homosexuality because it's not opposite. It's legs. Doesn't create, can't procreate. Yaakov, the Mechach, and so on. After he left and he started to walk his way to Haran. He was by himself, because he wasn't married. And going to Zohar. Machasiv, so then what's written? V'yifka b'makom. So he ran, he came into this place. Now let's see Matok here. Shratza d'davik b'makom. He wanted to cling to the makom. What is the makom? Makom is the omnipresent Shechina. Now, I don't know this word l'schanim. Chane means to give grace or praise to her. Something like that. L'vizgoa, to meet her. V'lischane, give her chen. Not sure. But the only time that he was actually in a position where he could really rest with the Shechina was while he was dreaming. Because the nevuah that he had only took place during the daytime, but not while he was awake. Hashta the insid, but now that he's got married. Now he's going to marry a woman. He's going to come together. He has all the children together. Now that the Zohar skipped time. So he says that now we come over here, he is married. And now he comes with all of his children. There's the word is chanadu again. Gave him chay, get chay with him. So let's see what the Matok says. So he says that so for the upper encampments, yesterday we've been talking about the angels and the encampments, which are really the channels of flow of Shefa. Machanos el Yonos, Pagabo, his chanadu, and they gave him chen, v'yavarachosam, and he blessed them. Why is it that relationship has to be like? It's what I think say. His words are because they're dependent on him. And they're able to give shefa because of his chutz. This is the concept of we call mayim nukfim and mayim dochrim. If you can't get to the bottom of your problems and bring them to Hashem, that is a tremendous upward motion, a very powerful motion, which brings back down answers and blessings. Because the mamshech, he pulls from the midah, which is called tzaddik elyon, which is normally yisod. V'hamalachim is parnasim ba'avura, and because of that, the malachim which are below that, that's how they exist. That's their life force. That's what he says, that they met him. Inun ahadid in the mifkabeh. So the v'hadru, they came back to meet him. They wanted to come and give it this chen, thank him. I'm not sure. Firstly, he was begging the makom. This is what it sounds like them, or praising the makom, maybe the makom, going up, bring up. He was originally placed, so that was it. He was praising her, this shchina that came along with this malachim. But now the malachim are becoming more and more praising of him. begin to begin the Yaakov, because of Yaakov, of Imin Shvatim is Shakim Inun B'Maya the Yamad Rabba. Because of him, that's what it says. The fish of Bishvil Yaakov, because of Yaakov. V'Hashvatim, and then those channels which are his children who came out from him. Hey Mekablim V'Hashka'asim V'Shvam Mimei B'Hashefa Shal Malchus HaNikvas Yamagadu. Again, my mind wandered over there because those things are coming at me here. He says, because of Yaakov, basically it's saying that why do they give him such chayd? Because he's the person that causes them out. Again, he's the originator of Mayim Nukvim, of bringing this up to the Most High, and as a result of that, you have work for Malach. And then Shefa comes back down, which illuminates everything. That's Yaakov. So there are two different times. Let's see what's the difference. So there's two different times. That is, well, let's see what the two different times are. He was able to see the Malachim, and as a result of that, he followed their channels towards the Shekhinah. He only was able to do that while he was dreaming at night. But now it's coming to with his vision of his eyes under the daytime. You see him now with your eyes, and you see them. It's daytime. This is the side of the appearance, or the vision of prophecy, when a person is awake. That's what it is. When he saw this, what did he? How was it possible that he was able to recognize them? And therefore he knew that the Malachim. They are where the Malachim. He saw them in a dream, the dreams he used to have. Now he sees the same people, are the same Malachim before him. They're Malachi Elohim Olim V'Yordimbo. The Malachi Elohim, they're going up, they're going down. So he saw them there. That was his dream. Now he sees them before him. Beginning Kach Karvelon Machanayim. That's the reason why they called them encampments. Osam Amachanayim, those campments. Pirush. Lo Shayach Shtei Machanos. It doesn't mean that only two camps. Ella Mishirian is Chazala Elach Amachanos Shonira Lo Lamala. Those are the campments that appeared to them from above when he saw them in a dream. Mishirian is Chazala Lasatachim Hoyu Amachanos Shonira Lo Lamata Bahakim. These are the same encampments. Now he sees he's awake. My is so Vashoyel, Lama Niglolo. Why are they revealing themselves Ata now? Hamalachim Lihischan, the love to give praise to him. But so did the Bishlomo. So it says like this. Okay, let's say like this. Because when he reached, or he visited the omnipresent B'mare Hasulam at the time of the ladder, also Sham Lina V'Yichud, he made. Lina means lying down, and yichud, some yichud in the position of lying down. But now, ein lina ve'ein yichud, but he's not lying down, and there is no yichud im came lama niskulu alav. So therefore, that particular oneness that he had with the Shekhinah in that dream, it's not the same thing now. But the malachim in between him and her, these are the same guys. But so they said it has to do with the time of his lying down. Now the Shekhinah is now coming to him. The Nata the Besa, to guard him to his house. Let's skip a little bit and go to the end of the line where it says Ritzona Lomar. The Saros Bebeis Yaakov, that is to the angels that really refer to his own home. Behind the Umachakale, the Binyan, the Natra Besa, he made the Yaakov Kedekayos. So he says, so the Matuk translates. Ashchina Chaysa Machake, she was waiting, the latest Binyamin, for Binyamin, who was the last child born to Yaakov after his birth. Lakachas es abayis im Yaakov v'chayud bei shvatim karoi, so that she could take all of the house with Yaakov and his children, all properly. Ve'eda hamalachim niro v'nisgalo laos v'lesimen shel hazmanas hashchina. And those malachim, they appeared, they revealed themselves as a sign, a siman, shel hazmanas hashchina, that is the preparation that the Shechina is coming. Litol es abayat his kasher b'makom rachel im Yaakov shehu soda teferes. Now this is, I translate this, it's got a lot to be said. The siman shel has, I'm going to go over it from the word shel hazmanas hashchina, where he prepared the Shechina, little as a bias, and what is she trying to do? To take the house of Yaakov, his kasher b'makom rachel, to then tie him in the place. This really has to be worked out. It's not so deep, but it's just a whole other story. It's just that how is it that Yaakov and Rachel come together? She takes the place of Rachel im Yaakov, shehu sod teferes. Yaakov is teferes. So let's explain it out. It's a little bit im hiyoshe Yaakov and Rachel beYehuda, because the yichud between those two, hoyim yachidim as zun el yonim. It was the same. It was Yechidus that was so high that it was reached the level of Zun Yonim. But all of this had to do, we were talking about Rachel and Yaakov, his wife. This is a human being. Va'ata Sharachel is histalic now, but she died. Yiskasha Yaakov at the Ferris. Now he does, what does he do? He doesn't have another side. In other words, he's the right side. He had a left side. The left side was Shechina. What happened to her? She died. There's no place to embody that. So what did he do? So he says, Va'ata Sharachel Mastalik Yiskasha Yaakov at Teferes. He's going to tie himself to the meat of Teferes, which is their Anpin. Va'ashchina Mamish, and also the Shechina of Etzilus. In other words, he's going to elevate himself to an even higher level, that he will inhabit the position of Zeranpin of Etzilus with the Shechina. Mamash, Tishrei Imo, he will dwell with him. Miskasheres, Miskashetes, she will be adorned. Ayidei Bana, how does she get that adornment? That adornment, he will lift that up to her, coming from his children. And Miskasheres al Yado Babailo Ha'elyon at Teferes, and she will tie herself through him to her Baal Elyon with Teferes, and then as a result of all of the bracha that Yaakov is bringing up to the place of that Shechina, adorning her, now she is ready to meet her Baal, who is Yaakov has reached that level. Now she has been adorned by her husband, and now she comes to him. So after she died, Kislev, the Shav Yaakov, so Yaakov went back. Sheshav it is Allah of the Teferes. That's what it goes. He went back to Teferes. The Shakat, it was quiet. The Sha'anan, vein Machrid. So great quietness and tranquility came over it. Nothing trembled. Now the Matok is confused about this, and we're going to end with this. It's getting long. The Sham Shakat v'nach mekatrog haritzayim. It came to a point in this yichud that the noise of those who accuse us becomes quiet. Shehem lam koyach v'hachrido. They lose their strength. They don't have the strength to cause fear. V'lo kamo b'chiyosa l'mata b'malchus, not like it was when it was malchus. Sheshama makom gorim l'hachrido. What he means to say is that malchus, imagine a cylinder called Zeranpin, and at his chest is surrounding him is another cylinder which is called malchus. And this cylinder, on the other side of that cylinder, you start to get to the Kali Noga and the other big three Kali. It's a dangerous place for the Nukva. Now you understand they're really one entity. She grew out of him. So Shama Makom Gorim Lahacharido, because when you get to where she's at, there's danger. Inami already, or possibly Nami Sharotsu the Sayan Bedavatov. He wants to say something good. If it's Upasuk Zechan Hammer Allah also the this pasuk where he says that he created them two together, it's talking about the future. So as V'shav Yaakov V'banav the Eretz Yisrael V'yu Shakatim V'sha'andanim B'imheru B'yameinu Amen. That we should come back and join to come back to Eretz Yisrael and join the heaven and the earth. I was thinking about it, was digressing in my thinking. You see, when he uses the word, and we see the idea of accusations all the time. There are accusations within us, and there are exactly accusations outside of us, yelling at us. And all of those accusations are the same thing. And our job is to sweeten them. Amen.